Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakt Vrinda. Hare Krishna.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhu. You're able to hear.
Video is not on, Prabhu.
Oh. I thought it's on. Can you check?
Now good.
Now we can hear, Prabhu.
Can you also, the video is also on?
Yes, Prabhu.
சிற்றும் சிறுகாலை வந்துன்னை சேவித்து உன் பொற்றாமரை அடியே போற்றும் பொருள் கேளாய் பெற்றுமை துண்ணும் குலத்தில் பிறந்து நீ குற்றேவல் எங்களை கொள்ளாமல் போகாது எற்றை பறிகொள்வான் அன்றுதான் கோவிந்தா எற்றைக்கு மேழேழ் பிறவிக்கும் உன் தன்னோர் உற்றோமோ ஆவோம் உனக்கே நாம் ஆட்சேவோம் மற்றினம் காமங்கள் மாற்றேலோர் என்பாவாய் குஷ்யதே யஸ்ய நகரே ரங்கயாத்ரா தினே தினே தமகம் சிரசா வந்தே ராஜானாம் குலசேகரம் கும்பே புனர்வசு ஜாத்தம் கேரளே சோழபட்டனி கௌஸ்துபானாந்தராதீஷாம் குலசேகரமாஸ்வயே. Yesterday, we got a very important prescription, a medicine from Kulashekara Alva. Seeing our pathetic condition, out of compassion, Kulashekara gave us a very special mantra which only had 8 syllables, 8 letters. Narayana mantra, Ashtakshara mantram, Namo Narayanaya, with the Pranava mantra added to it as a prefix, which is very easy to chant and can be easily delivered us from the condition that we are in, the dangerous condition we are in. Therefore, is given as the best medicine that we all can take it seriously and start chanting that mantra. But if you notice in this particular sloka that we saw, Alva did not give the full mantra. He just said Namo Narayanaya, and then later he said mantram sa pranavam. Add pranava mantra to that one, what I just said, Namo Narayanaya. It's an important thing to note here. The pranava mantra, which for the sake of presentation and giving class, we freely utter that mantra, which is Om, cannot be simply recited. That when the pranava is added to a nama, that becomes mantra. When pranava is not added to a nama, then it's called nama. There are thousands of namas are there. But then when you add, which when you say Achyutaya Namaha, Anantaya Namaha, Keshavaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, Madhavaya Namaha, this is all nama. when you say Om Achyutaya Namaha, Om Anantaya Namaha, Om Govindaya Namaha, Vasudevaya Namaha, Om Trivikramaya Namaha, Om Vamanaya Namaha, Om Sridraya Namaha, Rishikeshaya Namaha, that's all mantras. Therefore, Alvar is very careful not to use the Pranava mantra openly. Like nowadays, we see in a Gayatri mantra has been put on a big speaker, loudspeaker, and everyone chants Gayatri mantra, and things like that are not accepted. It's not right. The mantra especially must be received through a proper channel from a guru. Otherwise, we can chant, but that mantra has no effect on us. Nama is always has effect. The mantra will not have its own effect. Therefore, it's better to chant the mantra by receiving the by receiving the mantra from a proper guru. Excuse me. Therefore, Arva said, He martyaha paramam hitam shunuto vo vakshyami sankshepataha samsarnavam apate urvi bahulam samyak pravashyatitaha nanajnanam apasya chetasi namo narayana yekti amum mantram sa pranamam pranamam sahitam pravartayadvam muhu. Every time, remember this mantra. Every time, keep chanting this mantra. Now, after Arva said this one, that we have to continuously remember and chant this mantra, the question comes, we ask the question to Arva because we are so smart. For everything, we try to push things off, especially when it comes to Krishna consciousness. Everything else takes priority in our life. But when it comes to devotional service, chanting, reading, hearing, we always have enough time to do that one later. We push that off. But when it comes to our own personal things, job and family and the thing, that's take the priority. So we try to find an answer. Why should I chant every time? Why should I chant 16 rounds? Why should I adhere to the lecture every day? Why? But then if someone else comes and I'll give you something, why don't you come and do this one? I'll give you a gift. I'll give you a job. I'll give you a position. Then immediately that becomes a priority for us, right? So here, likewise, we are asking Arvar, you muhu means continuously, you have to chant the mantrams of pranavam namo narayana iti amum always. Then if I have to chant someone's name continuously, he must be a great person. I'm not going to chant someone who's walking on the street or someone who know constantly that person's name. I'm not going to do that. If I'm going to chant someone's name, he should be very great. Then I can think of even uttering his name. How great he is. The Narayana that you said now, how great he is. In response to that question that we asked to Arva Kulashekara, he is going to respond, give an answer in this beautiful sloka, 19th sloka. Before we get into the 19th sloka, I just want to make a disclaimer that some of you may feel that this Mukunda Mālā started in one style with a lot of stories and analogy and metaphor and so forth. It seems to be moving into a more philosophical, more dry, more technical. And some of you may get bored, some of you may feel drowsy and dozing off, and please stay awake, my request, and understand that as we grow in Krishna consciousness, stories are good. Stories are attractive point to get us into the realm of Krishna, around Krishna's lotus feet. But for us to catch hold of Krishna's lotus feet tightly, we have to develop the knowledge of who Krishna is. Simply stories is going to help, but that's not enough. We have to add more value to the story by understanding these things. Therefore, please understand, sometimes it may be like this. Some slokas may be very light, some slokas may be heavy, sometimes some sloka may be boring, but nothing is boring in Krishna consciousness, and no flower in the Mukunda Mālā is not of fragrance. This is Mala, which is fully of verses. 40 beautiful flowers are strung together to make this Mukunda Mālā. So no flower is going to be without fragrance. Please understand, every sloka is a beautiful sloka. It is we have to understand the greatness of each sloka and realize that this is what Krishna is. Otherwise, we will take Krishna as a light person or a simple person, one among us. Therefore, please request you all to take this seriously and pay some attention and do not take it light. So here in this particular sloka that we are going to see today, the 19th sloka, it speaks about the greatness of object of that mantra. Object of a product is there. The product may have a phone as the phone may have certain names, say Android, say Samsung or iPhone or whatever it is. But then the name doesn't give me anything. I need to know what are the features of that product. Name can be whatever name you can keep. But then, okay, if you're telling this phone is a great phone, this product is a great product, tell me that great, how great it is to compare to the other product. That's how the business runs. The business runs. So I'm going to create a product, and that product should be a unique product of some unique features compared to the similar product that's available in the market. Otherwise, your product is not going to be sold. If you're going to replicate the same product, then what's the use? Why should you even think of buying or switching to another product when I already have the same thing over here? It's not necessary for in that way. Likewise, we should understand Krishna is fine, Narayana is fine. But then is he great? How great he is? So that is why we need to know this particular sloka. Pṛthvī rēṇur-anuḥ pasyāmi kaṇikāḥ phalgu-sphuliṅgō'nalaḥ tējō niḥśvasanaṃ marut tanutaraṃ randhraṃ susūkṣmaṃ nabhaḥ kṣudrā rudrapitāmahaprabhṛtayaḥ kīṭāssamastāssurāḥ dṛṣṭē yatra tāvakō vijayatē bhūmāvadhūtāvadhiḥ. So this is a beautiful sloka where now we are going to see how great this Lord Narayana is. Yes, he is great. I understand. For you to understand how great he is, Arvad is telling us, for you to understand how great he is, let me do some comparison so that you can understand how great he is. Therefore, you understand how great he is. Therefore, you can chant his mantra, his name constantly and continuously. Simply saying he is great is not good enough. Help us understand. We are telling to Arvad, help us understand. Is he greater than this pṛthvī, this earth? Is he greater than this bhūmandala? Is he greater than this entire prakriti? Is he greater than the president of the country? Is he greater than the rishis? Is he greater than the devatas? Is he greater than the head of the devatas like Indra? Is he greater than the head of even Indra, who is a creator of this, all Indra, Varuna, Vayu, and so forth? Brahma, is he greater than him? The answer is that is giving from the slokas, all those things that you just mentioned, my dear friend, is not even equal to spark of a splendor, not even equal to a drop of the ocean, not even equal to the speck of dust. Not those names that you mentioned, rishis, the country, the president of the country, the rishis, Gandharvas, Devatas, Indra, Prajapati, Brahma, Rudra, they are all just like an ant or a worm compared to him. That is the greatness of this great person, Narayana. For example, we drive through several times, we drive through many roads, and then we see when we stand at the signal for the light, we see the roadside people, homeless people, beggars, and people like that. You just give that person a $1 to that person. And that $1 of amount that we gave to that person, for him that $1 is as good as like he received maybe $100 for that person. For someone who is better than that homeless person, the $100 may be equal to $1. Maybe equal to $1. But someone who's better than that person, that $100, even $1,000 may be equal to $1. Someone who's better than that person, even $10,000 can be equal to just $1. If you think about some business people, businessman, the richest people in the world, the top 10 people, for them this $100,000 or I don't know, even 1 million could be equal to $1, whatever it means. It could be very not a big significant amount for them. Even $100,000 is maybe equal to $1. When it comes to Kubera and Indra, even $1 billion, 1 billion or 10 billion is equal to $1. When you go to Brahma, trillions and trillions of all this different put everything together, the wealth of this, all the planetary system, of the 14 planetary system, whatever the wealth that we have, put everything together. For that Brahma, that wealth could be just an $1. Likewise, when it comes to Lord Narayana, there is not one Brahma. There are hundreds and thousands and millions of Brahmas are there. Plenty of universes are there. And all those universes put together for that Lord, it could be just not even a penny. Not even, we can't even say it's $1, and not even be equal to a penny. Therefore, the entire creation, earth, water, fire, air, ether, are just like a speck of dust, drop of water, spark of fire, and a hole in the space. That's the message of this particular sloka. So with that, let's understand the word by word meaning, and then we can get into the details of it. Pṛthvī. Pṛthvī means earth. Rēṇu means a dust particle, a speck, a small dust. Earth is like a dust particle, not a bunch of dust. It's just one particle of the dust. Right? You walk on, many times we walk barefoot. When we walk, just for the sake of making us understand, do we pay any attention to anything that gets stuck on our foot? We don't. There could be a thread, there could be a small dust, there could be something or something. So many get stuck. So we don't even pay attention to any of those things. A small particle, dust. Pṛthvī, this entire Pṛthvī, when we talk about Pṛthvī, we'll come back to that. The Pṛthvī is like a dust. Anuḥ, atom, payāṃsi, the water is kaṇikāḥ. Kaṇikāḥ means a droplet. The earth dust particle is like an atom, small one, whereas water, you bring the entire body of water that you possibly cannot do. But if you, in this earth planet, if you bring all the water, everything together, and that could be just a droplet, a small drop of water, compared to what we are comparing this with Narayana, the Lord, right? Phalgu-sphuliṅgāḥ, analaḥ. Analaḥ means fire. Analaḥ, you get the fire, the light, and in the stadium, especially you see there's what are the different games they play, right? Cricket and football and baseball. During the evening time, they put the powerful light, heavy lights. Right? So you collect all the lights, man-made lights. You also have the natural lights of bringing all this light and fire and everything together. It in front of that Lord is like a spark, just a small spark, just comes out, right? Small spark. Phalgu-sphuliṅgāḥ, analaḥ. So it's just like a spark. Pṛthvī rēṇu-anuḥ payāṃsi kaṇikāḥ phalgu-sphuliṅgāḥ analaḥ. That is the first line. Now, earth becomes like a dust particle, water becomes like a droplet, and the fire appears like a small spark, just a spark. Tējō, the light radiant, niḥśvasanam, the niḥśvasanam marut. Now, that effulgent light is equal to that. When it comes to the wind, the air, when we have this heavy wind, a tornado or all those different things, it just takes away, it just comes as a swirl and then pulls away even the big objects, even the house is uprooted. It's so very powerful. But you think that you bring all the wind of this earth, the bhūloka, this earth, everything together in one place. Just imagine what will happen to all of us if everything happens at one time. The heavy wind comes in one place, not here, there, and there, that everything comes at one place. And that is nothing than the Lord the exhale and inhale. As simple as that. One exhale or one inhale. That's all. Tanutaraṃ, randhraṃ, opening this akasha, this entire akasha. Akasha cannot be measured. We cannot measure any of this thing, by the way. The earth cannot be measured, water cannot be measured, fire cannot be measured, air cannot be measured, especially when it comes to akasha, which everything fits into this akasha. The akasham cannot also be measured. And when it comes to the Lord, that entire akasha is like a small pore, small dot, a hole. You take a needle, a thin needle, and put a hole on somewhere. And you can't even, it won't be even visible for most of our eyes. A small hole in a big area, it won't be even visible. At some time you have this house, in the house you see that you come here and put a hole, then you realize you put a push pin, and then you realize you put in a wrong space and you go and do it in another place to hang some pictures or calendar or something. Then you'll come, where did I put the first hole? I need to paint it and cover it up. You won't even able to see that small hole. It's so small, so small. Therefore this entire akasham is like a small hole. A small hole. Tējō niḥśvasanaṃ marut tanutaraṃ randhraṃ susūkṣmaṃ nabhaḥ. The light becomes like a mere breath, where the wind becomes like a thinner, and it's like a inhale and exhale. The space becomes like a hole when compared to the Lord. This is all the object panchabhuta. Earth, water, fire, air, ether has been discussed in these two lines. These are all matter. As we say, technically, these are called achetanas, which doesn't have intelligence. Therefore, these two, the first half of the sloka speaks about the matter. All right. But I understand he is greater than the matter, but there are greater personalities who controls this matter also. There are God to control Vayu, there are God to control the fire, there are God to control the ether, there are God to control every single thing. There are gods. And they must be great. They must be great. What about them? Then Alva said, kṣudrā, insignificant. Kṣudrā means insignificant, cannot be considered anything significant at all. rudrapitāmahaprabhṛtayaḥ. He says that Rudra, Pitamaha means Pitamaha here refers to Brahma. Brahma. Of all the devatas that we can count, among all the devata are considered a little higher in many aspects are Rudra and Brahma. They are considered higher. Therefore, as a representative of all other devatas, 3.3 million devatas, they have been taken as a representative. Rudra and Pitamaha, that Rudra and Brahma, Shiva, Lord Shiva and Brahma are taken as a representative. They are kīṭāssamastāssurāḥ. When it come to comparison of the Supreme Lord, absolute Brahman, Lord Narayana, Lord Krishna, Keshava, Madhava, Mukunda, they are like kīṭāssamastāssurāḥ, like a insignificant small worm or an ant. Samastāssurāḥ, compared to all the devatas, they are like insignificant insect or a small worm. Kṣudrā, rudrapitāmahaprabhṛtayaḥ, kīṭāssamastāssurāḥ. Great gods like Rudra, Brahma, and all other deities or the demigods that we can think of are all insignificant insect. Therefore, dṛṣṭē, when these all objects that I said, whether it's a matter or whether it's a spirit, whether it's a conscious entity or a non-sentient being, sentient or non-sentient being, dṛṣṭē, when we see all this in yatra, wherein saha, he, tāvakō means we should know that they are now greater than the Lord. Vijayatē, as a devotee, we are the servant of that supreme great Lord who is victorious, who excels in everything. Bhūmā means, the word bhūmā means that which is bigger, that which is greater, which cannot be measurable, that which is infinite. So that supreme Bhūmā, this is another name of Krishna, Bhūmāvadhūtāvadhiḥ. Avadhūtāvadhiḥ means whose limits are boundless, who's infinite, that great person's greatness is infinite, cannot be limited, because your glories and my glories, we can finish it in 5 minutes. How great we are, we know that one. Even if in others' point of view, our greatness is nothing, they can only finish it in 1 minute. You can, this person is so great, I know him, so, or even speak for half an hour, or maybe 1 hour, or maybe 2 hours. But we can't keep on speaking the glories of ourselves. No one is going to speak glories of ourselves. If we say that today I'm going to give a class on a series of class on Lal Gopal Das. Please join this. The series is 1 hour every day and 30 days. Then we are going to continue every day. Please join. I know not even a person is going to come, because that's how we are. But then when it comes to Krishna, maybe the 30 days I can get it done. What we are doing here also, Mukunda Mālā, though it is 40 slokas, in 40 days we are trying to finish. It is not end of it. We cannot finish the glories of Krishna in 30 days, 40 days, 45 days. We cannot finish it because it's boundless. Avadhūtāvadhiḥ means it's boundless. Why? Because the Bhūmā is so great, is so supreme. dṛṣṭē yatra tāvakō vijayatē bhūmā avadhūtāvadhiḥ. Therefore, we should know that Krishna, when we chant Narayana's name, we are not chanting someone who's ordinary person. We are chanting that great person's name. Yo devanam devebhyo jatah. In the Upanishad, it says that God, Deva, that Deva is greater than any other God. That Yo devanam devebhyo jatah. That God is greater than any God. He is the eldest, he is the oldest, he is the supreme Lord of all the gods. Yo devanam purohitah. He is the benevolent leader of all the gods. He is so merciful. He is the one who gives everything to everyone. Everyone receives from him ultimately. But then they take the credit of they have done things as if they are the supreme. But in reality, everyone gets things from him. They get their work done from that supreme Lord Narayana. Ananta rupam puranam. Ananta rupam puranam mahato mahantam paratparam. Upanishad again says that Ananta rupam, yes, lot of them. Puranam is very old. Mahato, his greatness is not ordinary. Mahat, Bhauma, the Bhuma Sabdam and Mahat is all same. Mahat, Mahantam, Mahato, Mahantam, Paratparam is a word you should be familiar by now. We repeat it several times. He is so great, there is no one equal or greater than him. Therefore, chant his name. When he compared all these different things, he compared earth, water, air, fire, ether, Rudra, Brahma, all the devatas, is beyond all these people, and they cannot be compared because they are all like an insignificant insect, insignificant worm, insignificant ant. It's like a drop of water, a spark in a fire, and so forth. Now, saying this one, we need to understand. Well, we took 27 minutes here to understand the context of this one, but how do we really realize that, yes, this entire pṛthvī is just nothing but a dust, a particle? I am sitting in this place. I am sitting here. I'm sitting in this place, which is of 2 by 2. In the small place where I'm sitting is 2 by 2. And this place that I'm sitting as a room, which is 12 by 12. And then the house which goes beyond this room, maybe whatever the size of this house is, something, right? And then this house is sitting in this place, a particular county, and the county is sitting within a city, and the city is sitting within the state. The state is sitting within the nation, the country, and the country is sitting within the continent. The continent is sitting within this particular place called Earth. That much we know. How great we are compared to that earth, but where I'm sitting 2 by 2 place is nothing. It's a small place, but then I think I am the king of this entire earth. Therefore, all we know to some extent that this earth, Bharata Varsha, as we say in our Sankalpa, Sri Govinda, Asya Sri Bhagavatah Mahapurushasya Sri Vishnur Agnya pravartamanasya adhya brahmaya dvitiya pararte svetaswara varaha kalpe vaishvasvasa manvantre kaliyuge pratame pate jambu dhupe bharata varshe bharata kante shatabde meruhu dakshine parsve. This much we say. No, what we know is only like mantra. We are in our sankalpa mantra, we reciting saying that I am in this location, I am trying to do a particular karma. That karma could be any karma, any activities I'm going to do, and I'm situated here. This is how the sankalpa is made before doing any yajna, any puja, any of this mantra we chant. We have to do make this sankalpa. So from this sankalpa, all we can understand is that we are in Bharata Bhumi, Bharata Varsha, Bharata Kanta. This Bharata Kanta is in a dvipa called Jambu Dvipa. So that much we know. That too we know, not that we know, we have gone to Jambu Dvipa and traveled everywhere and come. I know where is this Jambu Dvipa. We know Meru Parvatam. We know no access. We don't even know where they are, but we only know all these things through our Shastra. Many things we know only through Shastra. How we speak so much about Brahma, Indra, Vayu, Varuna, hell, heaven, all those things. How many of us have really seen these things? How many of us have seen this thing? We have not. None of us have seen this thing. We may see hell in our dreams. That is horrible. But then we may see some heaven in our dream that we are enjoying and do. But in reality, we have not seen any of these things. That's the truth. But we see these things through the scriptures. We see this thing through the scriptures. There is a Jambu Dvipam. This Jambu Dvipam that we are speaking about is it is an island. When we speak about island, sometimes people also go on vacation to island. The island that people go for travel and vacation, so forth, is a small piece of land. It's a small piece of land. When Bhagavatam, Vishnu Puranam, and all the scriptures speaks about Dvipa, Jambu Dvipa, this Jambu Dvipa is 100,000 yojanas. 1 yojana is equal to 10 miles, or some say 8 miles, whatever it is. So it is 100,000 yojanas, the land spread, the Jambu Dvipa. And then this Jambu Dvipa, again this Jambu Dvipa is surrounded by a salty water. And that salty water is also 100,000 yojana. Now you have to understand this is like a circle, a spiral. The circle goes one circle, and there's another circle around it, there's another circle around it, and there's another circle around it, there's another circle around it. In that way, it is horizontal, it's not vertical. Imagine this one. Jambu Dvipam is 100,000 yojana, and then surrounded the Jambu Dvipam is salty water. Salty water is also of 100,000 yojanas. And after the salty water, the Plaksha Dvipa. Plaksha Dvipa is another Dvipa, which is double the size of Jambu Dvipa. Always the other Dvipa is double the size of the previous Dvipam. So a Plaksha Dvipa is 200 yojanas circumstance, the area, and then that Dvipa, that land, that Dvipa is surrounded by sugarcane juice. Only sugarcane juice is up to, again, the same size of that Dvipa, respective Dvipa, 200,000 yojana. Shalmali Dvipa comes as a third Dvipa after the sugarcane juice, the ocean, which is of sugarcane juice, Shalmali Dvipa, which is double the size of Plaksha Dvipa, which is 400,000. That 400,000 of land is again surrounded by the liquor, Sura. Sura means liquor, of 400,000. And that Dvipa, that water is covered. Again, the next is a Kusha Dvipa, that is 800,000 yojana, and that is surrounded by the ghee of 800,000 yojana. And that Kusha Dvipa and the ghee is surrounded by Krauncha Dvipam. Krauncha Dvipa is 1.6 million. That is double the size of Kusha Dvipa of land, and that is covered by the yogurt or curd. That is also of area of 1.6 million. And then that is covered by Shaka Dvipa. Shaka Dvipa is of 1.6, double the 1.6, 3.2 million, which is surrounded by the same size of milk. Kshirabdi, famously known as Kshirabdi, the milky ocean. So Shakadeepa. And then Shakadeepa is covered by the seventh island called Pushkara Dvipa. Pushkara Dvipa is of double the size of Shakadeepa, that is 6.4 million, and that is covered by 6.4 million area of fresh water. Fresh water. That is all in this particular plane. And now this particular Pushkara Deepa, which is surrounded by the fresh water, and add up all this, the area starting from the Jambu Dvipa, Plaksha Dvipa, Salmali Dvipa, Kusha Dvipa, Krauncha Dvipa, Shaka Dvipa, Pushkara Dvipa, and plus all the waters all put together. Add everything together, and there is a land which made of Kanchanam. Kanchanam is gold. That is the size of this particular land called Kanchana Bhumi. Kanchana Bhumi. That the Bhumi is there, a big wide Bhumi is there, which is the addition, the sum of the land that we saw plus the sum of the ocean that we saw. And that is the size of Kanchana Bhumi. And Kanchana Bhumi, again surrounded at the circumstance outside of the Kanchana Bhumi, is a Parvata, a mountain called Loka mountain. That Loka mountain is also a bigger size of 1,267.5 lakhs yojana, the size of this Loka Parvata. And this Parvata, and after this Parvata, there is a darkness. There's an area of darkness, a big darkness, a tamasu. There's a full area of dark that goes beyond to some extent. And after that darkness, there is a shell. Like, if you have andam, means egg as a shell. And inside the egg, there are the fluid is there. Between the fluid, there is that yellow color stuff is there, right? So like that, the shell is there, and before the shell, there is a tamas, and before the tamas, there's a Loka Parvata, and before the Loka Parvata, there's a Kanchana Bhumi. Before the Kanchana Bhumi, there's a Pushkara Dvipa, a Salmali Dvipa, and all those Dvipas are there. And this is on a horizontal plane. For just an additional information for you all, that between the dark region that we just mentioned, after the Loka Parvata, and between this dark region and the shell, there is a pit. Gardhodaka is a pit. There's a big muddy area, because there's a water and the land, there's a muddy area, right? There's a pit which is of 23 lakhs yojana. And what the important thing about this particular pit is that this is exactly where Hiranyakashipu took Mother Earth and hid her in this particular muddy water. And that's where Varahadev comes and lifts Mother Earth out of this Garbhodaka. He takes her and brings and puts her in the right place. Anyway, this is horizontal, right? When we go to vertical, as we know, we are speaking about Bhuloka. What we said now is called Bhumandala. This is Bhumandala. And then above we go here, Bhuvar, Swar, Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satya, above. And then when we come down, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. Horizontally, we saw this one, and vertically, we see there are 14 planetary systems. Horizontally, we also, there is a Loka, Kanchana Bhumi, Loka, Tamas, and Gardhodaka pit, and then the shell. Correct? Likewise, when we go to vertically, it's the same thing repeats on the upper side also, above Brahmaloka. It hits the shell. It goes and hits the shell. And beyond this one, there's also one more thing we need to know. Below all the 7 lokas below this 14 planetary system, there are also other planets. There are other lokas are also there. They are called Naraka Loka, Tamishra, Antatamishra, Raurava, Maharaurava, Kala Sutra, Patravana, Asipatravana, Kumbi Pakam. All those different hells that we can mention also is there. But all this thing together is like one egg, one small andam. one small andam. But this andam is also just not lit like that. The andam is covered by a range of water, and water is covered by the fire. A fire is covered by air, and air is covered by akasha. Akasha is covered by ahankara. Ahankara is covered by mahatattva. Mahatattva is covered by mula prakriti or pradhana. This entire thing is called prakriti or pradhanam. Everything together, what I just said now, is nothing but like a dust particle. And you can just imagine when the earth is considered to be a dust particle, you see all the things when compared to the Lord, greatness of the Lord, this is nothing but like a dust particle. When you compare to when what to speak about the water, earth, air, any of these things, they are nothing in front of the glories of the natat bhasriyate surya na shashanko na pavakaka yad gatva na nivartante tadhamam paramam mama. That the illuminating light, the moon and everything is nothing in front of Krishna. Therefore, didn't Krishna himself say in one of the chapter in Bhagavad Gita, where he says as Vistabhyam idam Krishnam ekam shena stito jagat. Arjuna, he wanted me to speak about myself, my opulences, right? Whatever I told you so far, Arjuna, understand what's the use of you wanting to know all this thing. What I said so far in this particular chapter is just a single fragment of my splendor, my entire thing. It's just a fragment. It's a fragment of whatever I told you, just a fragment. How can I say and finish everything in just one chapter? It's not even possible. And that's when Arjuna said, my dear Lord, if it's not possible, then show me. I would like to see what it is then. So it's an interesting part that whatever Arjuna saw by Vishwarupa Dharshana of the Lord is also a fragment of it. That's the truth. It's just a fragment because one cannot behold the Lord greatness is unlimited. When it's unlimited, how can we be able to see everything? If I say by the Vishwarupa Dharshana, I've seen everything, that means we are limiting the Lord within this Vishwarupa Darshan that Arjuna received. Therefore, it's not possible. Even though the Lord showed him the Vishwarupam, what Arjuna saw was just a fragment. It's just a corner, in the entire thing, just corner in our body. A small dot of dust sticks onto our body. What is it compared to our entire body? Nothing, right? So the small dust, that is exactly what the vision was able to digest and able to see by Arjuna. So now we saw pṛthvī, the Lord. Pṛthvī is like a dust, and the oceans that we can think of, the waters are like a drop, and the fire like a spark, and the space like a hole, and we saw all this different thing. Now Alvar is getting to what about the Rudra, Brahma, Indra, Varuna, and all those people. Well, we should understand that the entire Prakriti and entire creation can be classified and divided into 5 parts. Achit, Baddha, Mukta, Nitya, and the last one is Ishvara. So Achit, or that which is matter. Achit or matter. Matter means it doesn't have life, doesn't have knowledge, it's a non-sentient being. So Achit, that's number one. Now the living entities can be, all the conscious entities can be classified into 4. In this 4, we are going to have 3 as separate. Baddha, Mukta, and Nitya. Baddha Atma, Baddha Jivatma, or none other than ourselves. We are the Baddhatma. That means we are conditioned soul. Right? We are having karma, we are conditioned, we are here. Therefore, we are the conditioned soul. Baddhatma. Mukta-atma, or those one which were in a conditioned state at one point of time, but then what happened is that by their perfection, by the grace of the Lord, they've been released from this Prakriti and they've gone back to the spiritual world. Therefore, they fall into the second category called Mukta-atma. They are Mukta-atma. And there's a third category of Jivatma called Nitya. Nitya Jivatma, and Nitya Jivatma are the one, they are not conditioned by the karma, they are not conditioned by the prakriti, they are not the one point of time they were in the conditioned state, then they released and went back. They have been in the spiritual world for eternity, forever. They are called Nitya Atma. Understood? Now, Achit, matter. Jivatma, three types. Baddha, Mukta, and Nitya. Baddha are conditioned, Mukta are bare conditioned but now released, and Nitya Atma are never conditioned. They have been always in the spiritual world. They come down and go for whatever the assignment the Lord gives, service the Lord gives. They may come and go, but they are eternally the residents of the spiritual world. And the fifth one is Ishvara. Ishvara is the one who controls this Achita and also these three fingers that we have. This 5 fingers can be represented. Without this finger, thumb finger, this 4 finger cannot function properly. Therefore, Ishvara is the controller of the Baddha, Mukta, Nitya, not only them, also the Achit. Now, the point is, Alvar is saying that Achit we already saw. Now, let me explain how great he is compared. Baddha Atma, we don't even have to worry about Baddha Atma. We are a conditioned soul. Therefore, why Alvar is going to compare us? Krishna, Narayana is greater than you. Well, I know he's greater than, because I know I'm a fallen conditioned soul. I'm not great. Therefore, Baddha Atma, you forgot about Baddha Atma. You forgot about the Mukta Atma. You forgot about Mukta Atma is also conditioned, but they relieved one point of time and we gone back. Nitya Atma are there in Nityam forever, but that is also out of causeless mercy of the Lord that they are there. Not because of they've done some great deeds. It is because of God's Sankalpa, Krishna's Sankalpa, that they are there. Therefore, he is Ishvara. That Ishvara is the only Ishvara who exists all the time. When everything is getting destroyed, when there's no creation during the pralaya time, it is only the Lord who exists. No one else exists. Eko havai narayana asit na brahma na ishanaha na medhva pṛthvī na nakshatrani na suryaha. The Upanishad says that Eko havai narayana asit na brahma. Brahma was not there. Eko havai. It was only Narayana who was present. Always present. Brahma was not present. Isha, Lord Rudra, Shiva is not present. And this pṛthvī is not present. Nakshatra is not present. Surya is not present. None of these things exist. Only one exists. And that is Lord Narayana who exists. Nothing else exists. Therefore, in Bhagavatam also Bhagavatam also says that Narayana Brahma, not Bhagavatam. In the Upanishad, it says that the Upanishad called Narayana Upanishad. It says that Narayana Brahma Jayate, Narayana Ruddha Jayate. That means from Narayana Brahma came, from Narayana Rudra came, Narayana Prajapati Prajayate. From Narayana Prajapati came, from Narayana Vasu came, Narayana Indra came, Narayana, everything comes from Lord Narayana. That is very clearly Narayana Parabrahma Tattvam Narayana Paraha. That is in the Narayana, in the Upanishad, there is a statement saying Narayana Parabrahma Tattvam Narayana Paraha, Narayano Paro Jyotir Atma Narayana Paraha. So this is from the Taittiriya Upanishad, Narayana Bhava, where it says that Narayana, the Supreme Lord, Yacha Gitchit Jagat Sarvam Disyate Suyate Va, Antar Bhagitcha Sarvam Narayana, Sarvam Vyapya Narayana Stitaha. The Lord Narayana is present inside, Antar Bhagitcha Sarvam, Tat Sarvam, is present outside also. Whatever objects that there are in this universe, that's all can be seen, heard, understanding that it's all present in Narayana. Narayana is pervaded everywhere. Therefore, this name Narayana can bring us all auspiciousness, bring us all, destroy all our anartha, destroy all our kalmasham, all our klesham. Nalam tarum nalam tarum sollai naan kandu konde Narayanam ennum namam. Alvar says in one of the passages, Nalam tarum sollai naan kandu konde Narayanan ennum namam. There is one name which brings all auspiciousness. I've identified that name. I found that name. And that name, Nalam tarum, all good things will be given to us, bestowed upon us. And what is that name? Narayanam, Narayanan Yennum Namam. Namam means Nama. Yennum is that which is, the name is Narayana. In Bhagavatam also, it says Narayana Paro Yogo, Narayana Parattapaha, Narayana Parajnanam, Narayana Paragatihi, Narayana Paraveda. It goes on Narayana Paraloka, Paraloka, Narayana Paramakaha. Right? You know, like it's exactly like how we also have another sloka in Bhagavatam, which says Vasudeva Para Veda, Vasudeva Paramakaha, Vasudeva Para Yoga, Vasudeva Parakriyaha, Vasudeva Param Jnanam, Vasudeva Parattapaha, Vasudeva Paro Dharmo, Vasudeva Paragatihi. Same like that, Vasudeva, Narayana, especially the Narayana Nama is so very powerful because he is situated inside and outside, therefore he is Narayana. He is Nara Ayana. He is a place for Nara, like all of us, is a reciting place for all of us. Not only we recite on him, that is part and parcel of him, he is also within ourselves. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha matta smriti jnanam apohanam sya vedesya sarvam aham eva vedeha vedanta krita veda videha chaham. Krishna says, I am the one who has been glorified in all the ways. Vedesya sarvai aham eva vedeha. I should be understand in this way that I am the controller, I am the maintainer, I am the Jagatpati, I am the Jagannatha. I am the Jagannatha. Can you imagine all this that we saw now is just a dust of particle of Krishna. And then all the Rudra, Brahma, everyone are as good. Vedaham edam purusham mahantam aditya varnam tamasah parastat. Veda sings the glories of how great Lord Narayana is, how great he is, and how insignificant are the Rudra, Brahma, and everyone are. Therefore, Krishna himself confirmed the same thing in Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter. Mataha parataram na anyat kinchit asti dhananjaya. Mai sarvam idam protam sudre manigana iva. Krishna says, oh, Arjuna, my dear friend Arjuna, understand there is no truth superior than me. Everything rests upon me. And he gives an example. Mai sarvam idam protam sudre manigana iva. It gives an analogy of how the pearls are strung on a thread. Like that, everything revolves around me. If I take off, everything falls apart. Like how a thread, when you remove, you have this nice beads. The children makes nowadays, especially the girl, they just buy these beads and thread and stung to it and make a nice bracelet, necklace, and give it to their friend. I love you, whatever it is, right? The friends think between the kids, these things happen. But what Krishna is saying, remember, you make this, you went to the shop and bought this nice beads and thread, and you put this beads one after the other nicely into this thread, and then now you just easily remove the thread. What happens to the bead? It falls apart. That means, understand, I am the one who's holding everything, both living and non-living, sentient, non-sentient. This particular sloka, that mataha paratarama anyate kinjit asti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam sudre manigana eva, establishes the same thing what Alvar is trying to say here, that he is the supreme and only supreme. That's the important point. He is the supreme means who suddenly tells, yeah, Krishna is supreme. Well, also Rudra is supreme. Well, also Brahma is supreme. Also Ma Durga is supreme. This Prakriti is supreme. Karma, some people say karma is supreme. No, people have different ideas of what is supreme. But Alvar clearly says that there is no one person can be superior than Lord Narayana, and that is exactly what Krishna also, mataha parataram na anyat. There is no one can be superior than me. Kinchit, understand that Dhananjaya, the conqueror of the world, I am the one who is superior. I am the one who is greater. There is no one equal to me. I am the controller. I am the director. I am the Ishana. I am the controller. I am the director. A director means I direct everything. And I not only that, I pervade everywhere. That is why Vishnu, Vishwam, Vishnu, Vasatkaraha. In the Vishnu Sahasranam, the first name, Vishwam, Vishnu, means the first thing is he is pervaded everywhere. He is pervaded everywhere. No one can say that I am present everywhere. That's the beauty of Krishna. He's present everywhere. And he is so present outside of everything that we can see. That's only Krishna can do. Lord Narayana can do. He's pervaded everywhere. Because he's pervaded everywhere, he is the absolute truth. Even, for example, just we are talking about the ocean, right? In the ocean, how many gallons of, if you bring all the ocean together, can we start measuring how many gallons of water is present in this one? Can we do that? Can we measure how many gallons of water is there in collective of all the water together? It's not possible. Then what to speak about a drop? Count the drops of water in the ocean. Impossible. Impossible. But even in the drop, Krishna is present. Krishna is not only present in the ocean, Krishna is present even in each and every drops in that ocean. Krishna is present. That is the greatness of Krishna. And therefore, he is the only one can be called as Ishvara. Ishvara, Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir, Ishvara, Parama Krishna. So Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He is the cause of all causes. He is the well-wisher of everyone. This can be understood by a small thing from Bhagavatam. When the elephant was stuck by the clutches of a crocodile for hundreds and thousands of years, it was trying to save by itself. It couldn't save. And it come to a point of understanding, I cannot save myself. There's only one person who can save me. And he started doing this stotram, Gajendra Stotram. As he was singing, glorifying and calling out without mentioning the name of who that person is, he was just giving the characteristics and attribute of that person who is remembering and calling. When he was doing this one, Indra, Varuna, Vayu, including Lord Shiva and Brahma, they all were seeing this pathetic situation of this elephant which is struggling. They want to come and help. Indra took his bull, and then Brahma took his swan, and Indra took his Airavata, and then all the different Devata, they all took their respective Vahana to come and help this elephant to save the elephant, because he was doing stotram. Stotram, everyone is captivated by the stotram. They all thought that, Indra thought that, Gajendra is calling me, I am great, and so, and I think he's calling out me. Lord Shiva thought he's calling me. Brahma thought he's calling me. Yama thought he's calling me. And Varuna thought he's calling me. Until the point where Gajendra said, Namo Namaste Akila Karanaya Nishkaranaya Adbhuta Karanaya. He said this particular sloka, everyone put a sudden break. They put a sudden break. They did not proceed any further. As soon as they heard that this particular sloka, Namo Namaste Akila Karanaya, cause of all causes. Oh, that Lord, I offer my obeisances unto you. You are the cause of all causes. Akila Karanaya, Nishkaranaya. Means you yourself do not have a cause, because I have a cause. My cause is my father. My father's cause is my grandfather. My grandfather causes his great-grandfather. Like that, if I keep on going back and back, it will come and end at a point where Krishna is the Supreme Father. But then who is the cause of Krishna? Who is the cause of Krishna? Nishkaranaya. There is no cause for Krishna's existence. Nishkaranaya, Adbhuta Karanaya. Is wondrous, is great. No one can be as great as Krishna, wonderful as Krishna. Therefore, I am calling out that God who is Akila Karanaya, Nishkaranaya, Adbhuta Karanaya, Sarvagamanaya, Maharnavaya. He says all different things. That point of time, there's everyone put a stop, sudden break, and let that God who Gajendra is calling out come and save. And that's when Narayana, the Supreme Lord, from the spiritual, jumped on his Garuda, took a form of Sri Hari, and then came and chopped off the head of the crocodile Wuhu, and took Gajendra, lifted him, put him on the back of the Garuda, and took him back to Vaikuntha. Therefore, the cause of all causes, the self-existence, who doesn't need a cause to be for his existence, who is wondrous, who is boundless, It was boundless in many ways, by knowledge, by beauty, by richness, by renunciation, all the great things. He is great, is boundless, and let that ultimate Lord, Parayanaya, let that ultimate Lord be my refuge. Let him save me. Therefore, in this particular sloka, Alvar is telling that what else do you need to understand and chant the name of Krishna, chant the name of Narayana, when he is so great? Why are you delaying so much to take up chanting of the name of the Lord so lightly? Why you take it so casually? Become more serious in your chanting. pṛthvī rēṇu-anuḥ pasyāmi kaṇikāḥ phalgu-sphuliṅgō'nalaḥ tējō niḥśvasanaṃ marut tanutaraṃ randhraṃ susūkṣmaṃ nabhaḥ kṣudrā rudrapitāmahaprabhṛtayaḥ kīṭāssamastāssurāḥ dṛṣṭē yatra tāvakō vijayatē bhūmāvadhūtāvadhiḥ. To such a great Lord, we must remember him all the time. Will be the next message through the process of bhakti, will be the sloka for tomorrow. Alvar Tiruvadigalē Sharanam. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Prabhu.